Hi, I'm Miss Record.
And I'm Miss Culberson.
And I'm Miss Wilson, and we're here today for a special Miss Morgan edition of MidKnight News.
We've got a couple of busy weeks ahead as we close out school, and the energy is already high heading into summer break. Let's get into what you need to know.
All right, 5th grade, get ready for the ultimate field trip this Friday. You are heading out to the U.S. National Whitewater Center. Whether you're hitting the rapids or crushing the climbing wall, it's going to be a pretty epic day.
Academic awards are next week. Wow, I can't believe it's already time to celebrate 5th and 6th grade on May 19th and 7th and 8th on May 20th during nighttime.
Listen up, this is important. iPad device turn-in is lurking right around the corner. If your room looks like a disaster zone, now is the time to start digging for those big three: your charging brick, your charging cable, and your student ID, because if you don't turn one of those in, you're going to be charged $10 for each item you're missing. And if you've lost your cord or your brick, you have to turn in a comparable item.
Wednesday, May 27th is officially, yes, ladies and gentlemen, Middle School Fun Day. We have a great lineup of activities planned to celebrate the end of the year. It's going to be a half day of hanging out, leveling up the energy, and making some noise before we head into summer.
All right, and on May 28th, to close out our year, we are celebrating our 8th grade class with their promotion ceremony. To the class of 2030, it's time to take that final walk and celebrate everything you've crushed over the last 3 years. So middle school, let's send our 8th graders off to upper school in style.
And finally, to our special Miss Morgan edition. Our segment today is a heartfelt sharing of the impact of Miss Morgan has had on our students, our faculty, and our community here at Charlotte Christian. I can't think of a better way to end another great season of MidKnight News than sharing these shout outs of love. So sit back and enjoy this video.
Brooke walks the halls like mom and wife and valedictorian light.
Hey, Mrs. Morgan, I am so glad I get a chance to tell you how much we have appreciated you over these years. First in the upper school and then in the middle school, you have been an amazing leader here at Charlotte Christian. I'm going to miss our time together, especially the joy that you brought to work each and every day and the way that you love the students that God entrusted you with. I'm excited for what God has in store for you next, but we're going to miss you here on campus, and we hope you come back and enjoy being a parent of a Charlotte Christian student. We love you, and we're going to miss you. Great job.
Brooke Morgan, what do I say? This is very bittersweet. The day, I guess I could say I hired you, but we, because we're all the school in the community, hired you. Was an unbelievable day for me, moving into the principal role, and it was an amazing journey. Maybe you would say it was a little bit of a roller coaster for you as the upper school dean of students, but I want you to know that you served in the role extremely well. Just how you led students, how you led colleagues, how you made things really simple for me, just in terms of the role that I was learning in this new seat. You were extremely helpful and awesome colleague. So I can't say enough about your work ethic, how you've led our middle school over the last few years. And as it says in Jeremiah 29:11, I know the plans that the Lord may have for you. I know that they are great plans. Everything that you have done, you've done to honor the Lord, not just to honor man or just to get the earthly accolades. So in the next chapter of your life, I want to wish you well as you move on. Once a night, always a night, a part of the Charlotte Christian School community, but I couldn't say enough about you in your leadership. So thank you so much, and I'll be praying for you in your transition.
Mrs. Morgan, we want to thank you for serving as our principal these past 6 years. It's been an amazing 6 years with a lot of challenges and a lot of change. Year one, I remember, was the year we came back from COVID with the students, and the tremendous amount of planning that went into that year. I remember you and Mrs. Culberson bringing us snacks on a cart to encourage us throughout that year. Year two, we set sail in the cottages. That was a great year down by the football field with the transition and the building of the new middle school. And then year three, we moved into the new middle school. Not just 3 grades, but we welcomed 5th grade as well into the building. Thank you for the tremendous planning, preparation, and dedication that you've given us these past 6 years. In the new season in your life, we want to wish you every blessing as the Lord calls you to new things and time with your family. God bless you.
Oh, hi, Brooke. This is John Wilson. I'd like to just say that in these years that you've been leading the middle school, I really respected the way that, much like Coach Saban, nobody worked harder. There is no one, and I really respect you for this. There is no one who worked harder at creating a middle school that loved one another and was in their best place when we were serving the kids and our colleagues. You modeled that as best as anyone that I have seen. So I just like to say thank you and congratulations for giving yourself the opportunity to be with your kids. So we're wishing you the best of luck in this next phase of your life. Roll Tide and go Phoenix.
Hey everybody, and hey to our wonderful Miss Morgan. If you're watching this, it means the day has finally come, and what a day it is to be able to celebrate you. I want to take a few minutes and just share some special memories that I'll carry with me about who you are and who you've been to me as a leader and as a principal. The very first year you were here was unlike any other we had ever experienced or predicted. After you kind of got your groove on as a new principal in this middle school, we went to spring break, and then we had to prepare not to come back from spring break and transition into teaching from home. And you really did something remarkable amidst all that uncertainty. You just led us into a really smooth transition. So something that was really unsteady for all of us, you allowed it to feel pretty normal. And that means a lot to me and to, I know, all the teachers that were involved in that 2020 school year. And then there's Windy Gap. I remember going to, which is now Carolina Point, but when we started off at Windy Gap, that first year, you jumped off the diving board, and I believe you did a backflip into the water just out of nowhere, and it just amazed everybody. You showed a side of yourself that was fearless and fun, and I know that the students that were there that year were really excited to see just how approachable you were. And I also can't really talk about you without mentioning your dancing abilities and your amazing ability to clog like a professional dancer, and also how you've mastered the song, The Church Clap, which, as you all students all saw last week, she has mastered that dance. So, you know, I think it's always going to be a song. When I hear it, I'm going to think of you. Also, the fact that you would make all of our faculty meetings each week fun. We look forward to coming together as a faculty, where at the end of the day, usually teachers don't want to go to faculty meetings, but you make them fun, you make them welcoming, you teach us what we need to know, and then you allow us to have fun and celebrate just the opportunity and the blessing that we get to have being part of this team here at this school. You've really turned this middle school into a community, and that is because of you. You have just made this a place where I'm honored to be able to come and work here. I cherish this place, and that has a lot to do with your leadership. So I want to close by saying this. I feel like in all the years that I've been a teacher, I'm the teacher that I am today because of your influence over the past 8 years or so that we've been working together. So I just want to thank you for everything you've done for me personally, for this middle school community, for the students here, the parents. We just are going to be a different place without you, but we are a better place because of you. So I just want to send you off into your next chapter of life. Looking forward to seeing you again as a parent here on those back to school nights, seeing you at football games, but knowing also that you are just living your best life. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. You mean the world to me, Brooke. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful next few weeks as we close out the school year. Bye.
Hi, Mrs. Morgan. We just wanted to tell you that we're going to miss you, and we wrote a little poem for you from the 5th grade team. The hallways feel a little more quiet today as we wrap up the year in the usual way, but there's a little bit of a cloud in the blue 5th grade sky because it's time to cheers with a heavy goodbye. Miss Morgan, you've been the captain of the middle school ship, keeping us steady through every trip. With the grace and a smile and a patience of a saint, you've handled the chaos that would make others faint. Now the principal hat is being set on the shelf for some well-deserved time with your wonderful self. And know who will be waiting to jump in your lap. Grayson, Tucker, and Annie Kate. And maybe a chance for a nap. We've loved every minute of your steady hand, the best kind of leader in all of the land. You've championed the students and checked on the staff and always knew when we needed a laugh. So, know and go have some fun, but know that your legacy here isn't quite done. Just so you know how much we love you. Miss Morgan, you are amazing. We're going to miss you like crazy. The 5th grade team, we love you.
Hi, my name is Beth Day, and I'm going to try to get through this without crying. You may have seen me around the halls of Charlotte Christian. I have a son in 8th grade named Parker. I'm actually blessed to be able to talk about Brooke through the eyes of her colleague for the past 10 years. But more importantly, I have the privilege of talking about Brooke through the eyes of a friend. Brooke and I had the opportunity to work together at a school before coming to Charlotte Christian. And when I first met her, our boss then told us that we were going to be best friends. And that's exactly what happened. Brooke is my best friend. I've had the honor of working with her for over 10 years, and each moment has been a pure blessing. Brooke is one of the most loyal and dependable people in this whole wide world. She's always been there for me, no matter what. And I can count on her for literally anything under the sun. Most importantly, over our years together, Brooke has supported me in my walk with Christ and has been a godly influence and inspiration to me. Brooke is truly someone that I look up to. She brings so much joy and brightness to my life. Outside of work, you can find us together. We're typically laughing to the point of tears. We've had a full 10 years of time together outside of work, copying dances from YouTube, in living rooms, taking line dancing lessons, going to once-in-a-lifetime concerts, and visiting many restaurants from all over the country. We've visited gingerbread houses. She's decorated my house and organized my house to the point that she completely redid it over the last couple months. She's also given me loads of hand-me-down clothes that I frequently wear still to work. Brooke has always had a sense of style, and I continue to wear the clothes even if they've been outdated just because Brooke wore them. I've cherished our times together both inside and outside of work, and I am truly grateful that we get to walk through this life together. Brooke is like a sister to me, and watching her start this new chapter in her life makes me so happy for her. even though I'm really going to miss seeing her in the halls of Charlotte Christian. I may go days without seeing her at work, but I've always been comforted just knowing that she's here with me. Brooke, you're going to do amazing things. I just know it. Thank you for being you, someone I look up to and admire as a leader, but most importantly, as a friend.
Hi, middle school. It's your friendly tech facilitator here to talk about our fearless leader, Mrs. Morgan. They say to lead is to serve, but in the case of Mrs. Morgan, to lead is also to dance, to decorate, to swan dive, and most importantly, to always have a tape measure within arm's reach. When I think about our time together, a few words come to mind: resilience, spirit, and lots of laughter. We survived COVID in person in a school. Think about that for a second. We lived through the era of you're on mute, hallway stanchions, me who could not say the word, enough hand sanitizer to strip the paint off of a getaway car. But while the world felt upside down, Ms. Morgan was our anchor. Her spiritual life isn't just something she talks about, it's something she lives. She provided the steady hand and the calm heart we all needed when nothing else felt normal. And since she rose to the global pandemic challenge, we thought, hey, a new middle school, that would be a piece of cake for her. While the rest of us were herding students to and from cottages, Mrs. Morgan was in her element. If you ever saw her whip out that tape measure with the speed of a seasoned gunslinger, you knew things were completely under control. She can tell you within a 1/16 of an inch exactly why your desk does not fit there, and she'll do it with a smile. But your favorite memories aren't those in the hallway, they're on the road. We've taken a few trips together, Mrs. Morgan and I. We've taken them to DC, to Carolina Point, and to Windy Gap. And frankly, we have enough material to write a bestseller. Even though the bus rides and the sheer chaos of middle schoolers, Mrs. Morgan is not afraid to lead the party. You haven't truly lived until you've seen this strong spiritual leader suddenly break out into a clog. 1 minute she's discussing mentorship and vision, and the next, her feet are moving faster than a jackhammer. She's quick with a dance and quicker with a laugh, and the first person to turn a bland fab lab or a sterile classroom into a decorated masterpiece. Ms. Morgan, you are more than a mentor. You are a school COVID survivor, a master AARP reflector, a decorator extraordinaire, and a true friend. Thank you for leading us with grace, keeping us in line with that tape measure, and always reminding us that the wisdom in Ecclesiastes is so true, that there is a season for everything under heaven. You've shown us that there is a time to tear down and a time to build up, a time to mourn in the wilderness of a pandemic, and a time to dance through the halls of a new beginning. We wish you all the best.
Brooke Morgan, being your administrative assistant and friend has been one of the greatest honors of my life. You make those around you feel seen, safe, and loved, and I have been a recipient of that so many times. I love the way that you treat students, parents, and faculty the same. The person you are in front of them is the same person I get to see behind closed doors. I think it speaks volumes to your integrity, to your humility. The way that you have led middle school for all of these years is so inspirational, and it's been a joy to have a front row seat to that. Thank you for choosing to honor God in your words and actions, regardless of who's watching, and for encouraging me to do the same. I'm so excited for this new season of your life that you get to step into that will allow you to be more present in your family. I'm excited that you'll still be around campus, that we'll get to see you in our hallways and at sports games cheering on your kiddos. So this is not goodbye, but I am grateful for the time that I've been able to spend with you, and I wish you all the best in this new season. I love you so much.
For the last 6 years, I've had the distinct honor and the occasional survival challenge of being Miss Morgan's assistant principal. They say that in leadership, you don't really know someone until you've walked in the trenches with them. I've had the privilege of navigating those trenches alongside Miss Morgan. We've managed the complexities of COVID, the dust of major construction, and the daily beautiful mayhem of middle school hallways and transitions. Through it all, I've learned exactly who she is as a leader. When we first began dreaming about the future of middle school, a global pandemic certainly wasn't at the top of our list. I still think back to those early COVID days, the blur of Zoom screens, the constant pivot of safety protocols, and the pressure of looking after our own families and the staff. In the middle of all that irregularity, Miss Morgan was our anchor. She did more than just navigate the logistics. She guarded the spirit and soul of our division. And the fun didn't stop there. We then decided that surviving a pandemic wasn't enough, so a major construction project was thrown in and the transition of welcoming fifth graders into our middle school family. I have fondly referred to those years as C squared and C cubed. COVID and construction, and then COVID, construction, and change. We've lived through some truly memorable logistics, mask, modular units, and that one classroom that somehow served as our office, workroom, and sanctuary all at once. Between the socially distanced lunch plans and the whirlwind of new agendas and changing schedules, it would have been easy to get lost in the weeds. But Miss Morgan stayed focused on the heart of the matter. She turned every challenge into an opportunity for our staff and students. If it was good for the students, the answer was always yes, and she'd find a way. On a personal note, being her AP has been the greatest on-the-job experience and leadership I could have asked for. She taught me that being a principal isn't about the title, it's about the people. It's about the 8 a.m. conversation with your staff and your ability to find humor in the middle of an extremely long, busy day. She's been my mentor, my teammate, and most importantly, my friend. As someone recently said, we are like Batman and Robin. 6 years ago, you walked into a middle school. Today, you leave behind a legacy built in the lives of the faculty, staff, and students who have passed through these halls. We are going to miss your wisdom, your laugh, and even your principal looks. But we are so much better because you were here. Thank you for believing in me and investing in me. I could not have done my job without you. And I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say a big, huge thank you for everything.
Hey Mom, we love you so much. We are so proud of the work that you've done at Charlotte Christian, and we cannot wait for what is next.
We love you. Brooke walks the halls like mom and wife and valedictorian light. Boss and strong, down-home cheerleader in the Friday night fight. Passionate and steady, confidant and friend when days get long. Leader, mentor, team player, she turns the tired into a song. Brooke Morgan, you lift us up, you make these small hearts brave. Leader, mentor, friend, you're the light the whole town saves. Radiant and faithful, you show us how to rise and change our ways. Energetic and driven, patient, classy, always appreciative. Risk taker, dependable, collaborative and creative. Faithful, loyal, courageous, a mentor who won't let go. Wise and radiant, humble heart, she teaches us to grow. Brooke Morgan, you lift us up, you make these small hearts brave. Leader, mentor, friend, you're the light the whole town saves. Radiant and faithful, you show us how to rise and change our ways. Energetic and driven, patient, classy, always appreciative. Risk taker, dependable, collaborative and creative. Faithful, loyal, courageous, a mentor who won't let go. Wise and radiant, humble heart, she teaches us to grow.